I see, you see, we all see the IBM ThinkPad 755C. Hey everyone, Ben here. I know it's been a while, I know. I'm so terrible with bad puns. Anyways, So the point of this video is to demonstrate yet another computer. Oh, shocker, who did not see this one coming? Anyways, guess the accent I'm doing today. Yeah, remember how I said I could stifle my accent? So this video, you won't be hearing an accent. You'll be hearing more of a Florida voice because, you know, I mean, remember how I said I can revert the accent in a second. So anyways, I'm going to do this whole video in the Floridian accent that I lost when I moved up here, but, you know, anyways, the point is, let's just get on with the video. Anyways, so, taking a look at the ThinkPad 755C. This ThinkPad was originally introduced, get some more light on the subject first, around 1994. Now, some people on YouTube have already done a video on this laptop, or similar laptops, totally not V Westlife, although he had a 360, but these older ThinkPads, I had always wanted an older ThinkPad because I've had several ThinkPads throughout the years. Mainly the ThinkPad, Lenovo ThinkPad X61 tablet was the first ThinkPad I ever typed on, and the minute I typed on that keyboard, I was like, oh my god, I really got to get more into ThinkPads, because it was a tablet convertible. And from then on, I started just playing with ThinkPads. But recently, I've gotten more into vintage computing, and I'm going to try to show more vintage computers on this channel. Probably for till next year, I'll probably try to show some like pre-Windows XP era computers. So I have this thing. I bought this ThinkPad 755C on eBay for about $100, including shipping. And the seller included the charger, and it's in very good condition. And the reason I bought this is because I know one video I did, it might have been my last video actually, I did a video on a Dell Latitude XPI from 1997, the year I was born, which was originally a Windows 95 laptop, but I had obviously installed Windows 98 on it. But this laptop, we're going to be installing Windows 95. Now, as to whether it works or not, the seller did say that it works, although he did not show any pictures of it working. So you and me together are going to find out if this laptop actually functions or not. But first, let's take a tour of it. Oh, and as to why I haven't been uploading lately, well, it's good, but here's why. I'm engaged. Yeah, I don't think any of my lovely viewers would ever think I would ever say that on my channel, but I am engaged. And I'm going to be getting married next year in November. So, I never thought I would be engaged after 4 months, but, you know, it's like Marty McFly said in Back to the Future 3, you meet the right girl, it hits you like lightning, and, you know, I've been a hopeless romantic ever since the day I was born, practically. Because I had never been in a relationship, and this was the first relationship, and just happened to be the right one, you know? So, I mean, yeah, some would consider it a little early to get engaged, but at least we're going to be engaged for an entire year before getting married, so shut up. Anyways, sorry. Enough talk about my personal life. Let's talk about the laptop. So, the IBM ThinkPad 755C. So on the front here, we have a 1.44 megabyte, or 1.4. Yes, read the drive shutter, and that's what the drive is. Sorry, a 3.5-inch floppy drive here, supporting 1.44 megabyte high-density diskettes. There we go. On the right-hand side, we have a display latch here, and it's also used for something else, which you'll see in just a moment. Over here, we have the PCMCIA card slots, and bonus points if you can tell me what PCMCIA stands for. I still remember from my A+ exam. Ho-ho. For those who don't know, it's Personal Computer Memory Card International Association. Anyways, there is a PCMCIA card in here. This can accept 2 Type 2 PCMCIA cards and 1 Type 3 card. We have a 10100 LAN card in here. Doesn't have the adapter, of course, but I have an adapter which from a 3COM card that should work just fine. Has this little cover to cover the PCMCIA cards. PS2 mouse connector here. Let's make sure that's in the viewfinder. Okay, yeah it is. Okay. You know my horrible camera work. On the back we have a little sliding door here which reveals a docking bay connector. And the door also folds down to reveal VGA with the screws, DB25 parallel here, and RS-232 serial here. We also have the proprietary DC in jack, 20 volt DC in. On the the left-hand side, we have the audio headphone in, microphone in. I believe that's can also be used as line in. Power switch here. This is where the hard drive. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is not where the hard drive goes. This is a knockout plug, which I am actually not quite sure what that is used for. On newer ThinkPads, that would be a hard drive knockout, but it is not on this one because I will show you where the hard drive is actually located. And then, of course, the front. Opening up the laptop. Again, making sure I'm not doing horrible with the camera work here. We have this magnificent 640 by 480 TFT display. Thank God it is not a passive matrix because, believe me, you kids today have no idea what it was like to use a laptop with a passive matrix display, or the monorail PC, but that's a story for another time. Anyways, we have our traditional ThinkPad QWERTY keyboard here, always a pleasure to type on, and I believe this is actually a infamous IBM buckling spring, if I'm not mistaken, because I can kind of hear the IBM buckling spring click when I press the keys. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Got our think point or track point here, which ThinkPads are known for, and the left and right mouse buttons here. Speaker here, indicator lights here, contrast and brightness adjustment here, and of course our display, which does have some corrosion. Looks like some chemical was spilled on it. The seller did mention that, so that was not totally unexpected. But other than that, this ThinkPad is in amazing condition for its age. Now, let me show you one thing I always loved about older ThinkPads and didn't know about until V. Westlife demonstrated his 360 from 1994. You may have noticed the display latches over here are used to lift the display up. But did you know if you pull them again and lift up on the keyboard, you can actually access all of the internal components just by flipping the keyboard up. Wow! Geez, Apple, way to copy IBM. And why do I say that, you may ask? Well, let me grab another computer from my collection here, and I will show you why I'm saying that Apple copied IBM. So, let me just grab it from the pile here on the floor. ThinkPad aside for just a brief second here. Whoa, didn't mean for that to slam like that. Probably was not a good idea to do that, but yeah, okay. It's okay, we'll get back to it in just a second. But this is my iBook G3 from February 2001. And how do you access the RAM and airport card, you may ask? You'll never see that on a modern Apple product, that's for sure. Now, granted, the hard drive is right here, but you can't access the hard drive without totally disassembling this thing. So that hard drive dies, and yes, I have had G3 clamshells where the hard drive has died, and it's not fun, kids. It's not fun. Anyways, putting this aside, let's get back to the ThinkPad. And let's not let that slam again. Alright, getting back to the ThinkPad. So, left-hand side, your floppy drive is easily removable. In fact, everything is easily removable. You can pull it out by simply pulling the two tabs here. And you just lift the drive straight up. Just like that. And there is your floppy drive. It looks like the clips on the bezel have broken a little bit, but that's the floppy drive. Has a manufacture date. This is was manufactured, if I can get it in the frickin' viewfinder here, looks like the 34th week of 1994 is when this was manufactured. Now, underneath the floppy drive is interesting because this laptop does not use standard memory, random access memory. It uses the these DRAM cards, dynamic random access memory cards. This one happens to have a 16 megabyte DRAM card in here, but I believe this model can support up to, I believe it is 40 megabytes of RAM, but I could be wrong. Again, correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. CMOS battery is here. Unfortunately, it is proprietary, but I do believe you can buy aftermarket replacements for this model ThinkPad, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, parts are falling all over the place. Wonderful. Face the other way. Put it back in. Yep, so there's our RAM and underneath the floppy drive. What did I say about copying Apple earlier? Or Apple copying IBM, I mean? Anyways, put that back in. Battery would go here in the middle. The seller did say that the battery would be removed prior to shipping because the battery was totally dead, and it makes sense. I mean, dead battery, can't really do much with that now, can you? And then, of course, the hard drive is over here. This is a 540 megabyte hard drive. Again, to remove it, very simple. Just you pull up on the tabs here, which the adhesive definitely has been like that, been in that position for a while now. If I can get the hard drive out here, ooh, jeez. Hopefully I don't break anything here. It does not want to come out. Oh, there we go. Just gotta be ginger with it. There we go. Okay. And IBM really seals these things together. Like, this is like a real Apple move here, but you can see just how the clips hold this thing in. Like, IBM did not want people in, you know, I guess they wanted to make these not quite hot swappable, but more like, well, actually this one's got a, I guess that's for like locking. Is that if you wanted to lock or screw the drive into place? I guess. Oh, you know what? That's if you wanted to lock your hard drive. That's what that's for. Yeah, okay, because I see the little, you can't see it in the camera, but there's a little indent in the side there. But yeah, this is a 540 megabyte IBM hard drive. If these things die, it's not the end of the world, but it even tells you never try to open it or touch it. Anyways. Yeah, anyways, 540 megabytes. It does have a manufacture date on here, but it's faded, unfortunately, so won't be able to see when the hard drive was manufactured. Wah, wah. But that is quite all right. We will put it back into its home here. There we go. And we'll take a look at the information sticker here. Camera, focus, there we go. Okay. So this laptop was manufactured on July the 5th, 1996. Approximately a year before I was born, but yes. Interestingly, it was manufactured by Keytronic. I used to have a whole surplus of their keyboards, their PS2 keyboards. I wonder if it would work with this laptop. Anyways. We're going to go ahead and close the keyboard now, but yeah, when you're done, that's literally how easy these older ThinkPads are to upgrade. You simply just close the keyboard, and there you go. You're in business. Zoom the camera out just a tad here, because now it's everyone's favorite time. We're going to boot this baby up. And then the next thing we're going to do is probably wipe the hard drive, because I would be very surprised if the hard drive in this thing was actually wiped, but we'll see. Supposedly, the seller claims it has a fresh install of Windows 95. I will be the judge of that. So here we go. Plugging in the power adapter here. Alrighty. Slide, and here we go. Hitting the power switch. Let's see what this bad boy can do. Let's turn the lights out so we get a little better view on the screen there. Got 20 megs of RAM. Oh, it didn't go to the BIOS. That's interesting. I want to go to the BIOS, but oh, there we go. Alright, Windows 95. Looks like it's at least OSR 2, because it has the Microsoft Internet Explorer branding down there. I should probably reset that date and time, actually, because... yeah, you know what? It's probably going to complain about the date being wrong, but... again, the CMOS battery's been dead. What do you expect? Oh boy, the network logon prompt. It's called the escape key, kids. A lot of you kids today wouldn't remember that, but yes, in Windows 9X, you can bypass, this goes for every flavor of 9X, 95, 98, and Millennium, you can bypass the login screen simply by hitting the escape key. The only way you can prevent that is if you use a utility called PolEdit, System Policy Editor, which is on the Windows 95 and 98 CD. It was not included with Windows Millennium Edition. And you can enable a setting called Require Validation by Network for Windows Access. Anyways, oh, so this appears to be maybe somewhat of the original installation, because I see the fuel gauge here. There's no battery, so that's really not going to do anything for us. Go to Properties here, Windows 95B. Oh, he registered it to me. So we got a 486 CPU here, and we got a 486 CPU here, 20 megabytes of RAM, and we got a recycle bin full of garbage, which is exactly what the recycle bin contains, but let's see what's in here. Oh, dear Lord. Dear Lord. Wait, did he delete... Wait, why are there system files in the recycle... What the... What the heck? Okay, well, he deleted Notepad. I mean, it looks like... Oh, it's a shortcut. Never mind. It's a shortcut to Notepad. Looks like he deleted a whole bunch of shortcuts on here, but my golly, dude. Like, really? You're corrupting the file system, boy! Anyways, we got on here AOL Instant Messenger. We didn't have any sound. I don't see sound in the system tray, so maybe they had a backpack CD-ROM. LavaSoft Adaware! Oh my god, I remember that when I was a kid. That's freaking nostalgia, man. Looks like Office 97 on here. ThinkPad. Ooh. Features. ThinkPad setup. WinZip's on here. WinZip 8.1. Looks like they installed IE5 on here. Got Office. Wonder what version. 97. Registered to Jonathan, Jesse, and Kim. The Lyles family. So you didn't wipe your hard drive. Well, thanks, Lyle, Jesse, and Kim. Because you didn't frickin' wipe your hard drive. So I shall do the honors tonight. Yeah, there's still a whole bunch of stuff here. So, yep. They definitely didn't wipe this. So, alright. Well... Here is what we are going... Well, first of all, let's figure out why there's no... Let's find out why there isn't any sound. Go to Device Manager here. So it looks like they had a backpack CD-ROM drive device, which I do. IBM ThinkPad 755CX WDO. I'm going to have to grab some of these drivers, because... Yeah, does it show me the location of the driver? Driver file details. Click on that. Oh, it does. Okay, good. Yeah, I definitely need to grab those drivers because I am definitely going to need to grab those drivers because let me actually see if they're on the hard drive too, because I don't know if IBM put them on the hard drive, but that would help immensely if IBM put those on the hard drive. Because I definitely am going to need that. I definitely know I'm going to need the video driver for sure. I don't see audio in here, so maybe they removed the audio. Well, you know what? Let's go to the hard drive and see if IBM put the drivers on here. I doubt they did, but let's find out. Let's go to C. Let's see. There's a ThinkPad folder. Let's go here. What do we got in the ThinkPad folder? Got some DLLs. Soundwin.exe. Okay, well, that's not really helpful. TP features. ThinkPad features? Nope. IBM Visa. What's this? Don't see any INFs in here. Probably for Visa monitor mounts or Packard Bell. Packard Bell D-River. What is... Or driver. Packard Bell? Packard Bell? Anyways, looks like someone downloaded a Packard Bell driver. Yeah, I can't get enough of Billy Core, the way he says Packard Bell. Install AIM. Spy Killer 2003. Oh, man. We're really going retro here. Command. and autoexec.bat. Yeah, I don't see... It does not appear... My documents, maybe? File library... No, I'm not going to go snooping through that. There's a backpack folder. Backpack, DOS... Yeah, I'm not seeing the... I don't see the INFs here, but... Yeesh. Okay, well, we're going to be reinstalling Windows, but before we do that, I would like to get that display driver here. So you know what? Let me pause the video and get that display driver, and I'll be right back. Well, after a little bit of shuffling around, I actually, believe it or not, found an archive on archive.org. I found an FTP download because, of course, all the original IBM links are dead. And, of course, Googling the model number is no help whatsoever, or of no help whatsoever. But I managed to find an archive.org article, or archive.org listing, there we go, which contained the drivers, or supposedly has the drivers for this computer. So let's hope that actually holds true. Anyways, so we're going to get out our handy dandy backpack CD-ROM drive, which was featured in a previous video. Won't be seeing it on camera, but hey, you know what? Have to make do with not having a desk, you know. I can't do everything, Lou. Actually, my name's not Lou. Yeah, this is Reach, is it? Piss. Alright, well, you know what? We could probably just move it over here. Yeah, I gotta use I'm so poor, I gotta use the ottoman of my chair to freaking do this. Anyways, plug the MacBook here. Plug in the MacBook. Ha! Anyways, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I'm literally just freaking. I am literally just. Not show fine because what? I cannot show fine because okay, apparently I can't open the application finder because it cannot be found. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Right, whatever. Here's our floppy containing the drivers. God willing. Alright, so that is that. We have here our Windows 95 boot disk. And the last thing we need, which I'm just about to grab, is, drum roll please, and of course, the last thing we need is our Windows 95 CD. So, here we go. Are ya ready, kids? No, Captain, I can't hear you. No! Anyways, alright. I'm going to shut the computer down. Yes! Wait for it to shut down. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you always wanted a computer that didn't support soft power so you could see this message. Anyways, it's now safe to turn off your computer. We shall do just that. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and plug in our backpack CD-ROM drive here. Actually, you know what I just remembered? We can't use this Windows 95 boot disk, and here's why. Because this Windows 95 boot disk does not contain the appropriate drivers for the backpack CD-ROM drive for which I am using. Because, yes kids, back in the day, as you may or may not remember, loading CD-ROM drivers for Windows 9X in DOS was no easy task. So using a standard boot disk would have most drivers for most ATAPI CD-ROM drives and the appropriate version of messy decks as well, but using that said disk for a standard fresh Windows 95 or 98 install simply would not do. So for that reason, we need to use a trusty backpack backpack CD-ROM floppy, which contains a which acts as a Windows 98 boot disk, as you'll see in a moment. And this will boot the computer so that we can start it with CD-ROM support. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and boot off of this, and as you'll see in a moment, it will boot us into a Windows 98 environment. Should say starting Windows 98 in just a second here, and we should boot into the backpack's CD-ROM boot environment. There we go, starting Windows 98, but we will not be installing Windows 98. Instead, we will be installing Windows 95. Readjust the camera here. Okay. And it automatically detected our CD-ROM drive, which is beautiful. So, we're going to insert our handy-dandy Windows 95 CD-ROM into drive D. Move that over just a little bit. It's kind of at an angle, that's probably not a good idea. So that's actually going to spin up and not frick up. Okay. Alright. Make sure I'm not in the way of the camera, and here we go. So we're on drive D. Alright. So first things first, we're going to go to our C drive, and we're going to run... actually, you know what? We're not going to go to the C drive. We're going to go to the A drive. We're going to go to the D drive, sorry. And we'll run our dir command. I believe format is actually on the Windows 95 CD, but we're going to run our format command to format the C drive. So we're going to go to, so we already have our C drive set up, so we're going to go to, I believe it is under, which direction? Oh, you know what, no, I'm sorry, format is on the A drive, sorry. It's been a while since I've done this, okay? Give me a break here. I don't even know if this does have the format command on it. Does it really? Does it really not? Oh. Well then, it does not have, we do not have a format command on our, because I usually put the format command on the, oops, I want to go to the D drive. Yeah, because I usually put format.com on the boot floppy, but apparently it's not there. Alright, well anyways, let's try, let's see which directory it might be. It might be other. Oh no, it's Win95. Frick me, it's Win95. I think it's in the Win95 directory, I think. Actually, no, I'm sorry, that's where all the cab files are. I don't even believe the format command is. Oh no, format.com is in here. Okay, never mind then. I'm an idiot. I'm an incompetent moron. So here we go. Format C, whack Q. Yes, we are going to format the drive. We're going to call it Win95. And now, we'll go to the C drive and do what the OEMs do. MD Windows, CD Windows, MD options, CD options, MD cabs, CD cabs, copy D:\Win95, whack star dot star, go. Alright, now comes the fun part, kids, copying the Windows 95 setup files to the hard disk. Woohoo! Yeah, for those who don't know, while these files copy over, I will explain what this does, what this is doing. So basically what this is doing is this is copying all of the Windows 95 setup files to the hard disk, and what we're going to do in essence is install Windows 95 from the hard drive instead of from the CD-ROM. So really the only time you need the CD-ROM is to copy the Windows 95 setup files to the hard drive, which will give us a bootable DOS environment for Windows 95. And then once we have that, we will just simply run setup.exe from within the DOS environment from the C drive. So, and for those who don't know, this is how the OEMs would install Windows 95, 98, and Millennium Edition back in the day. The reason this is important is not only does it make the installation process considerably easier and more streamlined, but it also makes the It also allows you to install devices and make major changes to the system without having to insert your Windows 95 or 98 CD, respectively. So literally, you can make whatever changes you want, and you do not have to put the frickin' CD in every single time you do that. So, yep. And I believe this CD-ROM drive I'm using is a, I don't even know, what is this, a 8 speed, I believe? Let's see. Oh no, this is 48 speed. Oh, okay. Well, I'm way off. This is a 48. This is a 48 speed CD-ROM drive. Excuse me. So yeah, this is obviously going to copy a lot faster than using, say, an 8-speed CD-ROM drive, but you get the idea. And we're going to be installing Windows 95 OSR2 because, yes, I actually have legitimate installation media for Windows 95 OSR2. The reason we're using OSR2, I mean, I was originally going to use Windows 95A. This CD contains Windows 95B, but I was going to use Windows 95A, but the reason we're going to go with B is because I think it's a good compromise. It's a good compromise for, it's a good compromise between Windows 95 OSR 2.5, which was released right after I was born in '97, and Windows 95A, which doesn't really contain, which contains the fewest features. Of course, you still get Internet Explorer and all that BS, but you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter, because all we're doing, literally, is we're simply wiping the drive and doing a fresh install of Windows. And hopefully I have a driver disk that will actually freaking do something. It probably won't do a damn thing, but we're going to find out together. Anyways, I actually don't remember how many cabs are on the Windows 95 CD. So, but yeah, on my Dell Latitude XPI, believe it or not, I actually had difficulties with the CD-ROM drive, getting it to copy the internal CD-ROM drive, getting it to copy the Windows setup files to the hard drive. So, fun fact. Another fun fact about Windows 95 is that the CD-ROM versions, except for the OEM versions, could only be used for upgrade purposes. Any retail CD-ROM could not be used to upgrade Windows 90 or to do a clean install of Windows 95 unless it was an OEM disk. In fact, the full versions of Windows 95 were sold only on 3.5-inch floppy diskettes, and that would have given you Windows 95A. The original release of Windows 95, and it would not have stuff like Hover and the media folder and all that jazz. But we will be copying said items over to a hard drive after hopefully getting the drivers for this thing. Anyways, 56 files copied. Woohoo! There we go. All right. So now all we have to do is run setup. Well, first of all, let's just make sure. Well, you know what? You know what? Screw it. We're going to run setup IS. I'm confident that that disk was formatted. And if you're not sure what the IS switch does, it skips scan disk, because scan disk is annoying and no one needs it in their life. Ah, yes, the Windows 95 setup. Continue. Yeah, I bet you never expected to see this on my channel, as me installing Windows 95 on an old ThinkPad. Look at that glory, the 90s nostalgia of it. That's all I can say. The 90s nostalgia of it. Listen to that hard drive churn. I bet it's really 1996 again. Yeah, it's weird that it's strange to think that by 1996 IBM was still shipping 486-based PCs. But yeah, I mean, while this could theoretically run Windows 98, I would not even touch that one with a 10-foot pole, quite honestly, because Windows 98 you really need at least a Pentium, in my opinion, to run Windows 98 optimally. Anyways, all right. Please read the following license agreement. End user license agreement for Microsoft software. Okay, I totally read that. Okay, collecting information about your computer. We will not be installing to see Windows 000. This is one thing that you kids must do if you are going to install Windows from the hard drive, is you do need to make sure you do not install the C Windows 000. Otherwise, well, I was going to make a World War II joke, but with what's going on in Israel, that's probably not a good idea. Don't worry, it wasn't anything anti-Semitic. It was about, you know, invasions and whatnot, but no, probably not a good idea. Anyways, I'll just say volcanoes will erupt. But anyways, yeah, so just make sure you change it to C Windows and not C Windows 000. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Anyways. Alright, preparing the directory. Alright, we're techs, we always do custom installs. Oh yes, the certificate of authenticity. Now, some will tell you that all ones is a valid Windows 95 product key. And if you're using a retail copy, you would be correct. But this is not a retail copy. This is an OEM copy, which means that 111111 will not work. So, how do we fix this? It's a little thing called Google. Yep. I just go on Google Images. I don't even care. I literally just go to Google Images and look up. Literally, there's like 10 million Windows 95 keys. All right. Are you ready, kids? 31795. And this is definitely OSR2. 0006627. 0006627 29381. See if that works. Bingo. See, kids? Google's your friend. And Microsoft, if you're going to take this video down, shame on you, Bill. No wonder you got arrested in 1975. You performed an illegal operation and will be shut down. Okay, we will... Actually, yes, we will have set up Analyze the Computer. When I install Windows 95 on virtual machines, I do not do this, but... Okay. So we do have a network adapter. Don't think it'll detect it, but we definitely want to do sound. I actually don't know if Windows is going to find the audio driver. I've heard reports that it usually doesn't on these ThinkPads, or this series of ThinkPads, but you know what? Let's see if this does have an audio. This does have built onboard audio, so let's see if Windows will actually detect the audio driver. I don't even know what it's going to install. I don't really care what it installs because, well, actually, yes, I do. But let's see what happens. You and me together are going to install Windows 95 on this thing. It's also noteworthy that I could install Windows 3.1 on here, but I don't have any Windows 3.1 floppies, and I'm sort of limited on floppies right now. So I would kind of like to conserve my floppies. In fact, most of them are Mac formatted, and also the good majority of them are 800K disks, which won't work with this drive. So yeah, I sort of have to, you know, stock up on 3.5-inch high density floppy disks. Anyways. Alright, so we're going to let this run. Of course, when I say that, then the progress bar starts moving at a faster clip. Thanks for the tease, jerk. But anyways. I might just speed... You know, I'm just going to cut here. And I'll come back when this is done. Okay, kids, so here we go. Alright, 540 megabytes to play with. So, let's see. So, we do not want accessibility. We want all accessories, no communications, disk tools, yes, no Microsoft Fax, all multimedia, no Microsoft Network, and no Windows messaging. Ah, yes, the network configuration. We will do that later. Okay, display is Western Digital, apparently. Doesn't know the monitor, and it did not detect our sound card, which is okay. Because, well, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have to install the sound driver manually, but yeah, whatever. Alright. Who cares, kids? Here we go. Going through, well, actually, I don't even know if it does detect the sound card, because, again, it's been so long since I installed Windows 95. Oh, and look what's down in the corner there. The infamous drum that I remember from 2nd grade on the Windows 98 machines. Woohoo! Yep, alright. So, I think we've all seen the Windows 95 setup process go through, so yeah, this is the part where you simply just go watch some TV, or you know, get a scotch and some chicken, some wings, and you know all that jazz. So yeah, you know, go watch some Dexter's Laboratory, get some chicken wings, some scotch, you know, piece of pizza, all that good stuff, you know, because it's 1996 again after all, and I wasn't even alive in 1996. Anyways, catch you on the other side. Okay, about an hour later, well actually it's only about 30 minutes, we're ready to reboot the computer. So here we go, kids. In the meantime, I did actually find someone's FTP server in Germany, of all places. And yeah, I actually figured out that he actually had a lot of the drivers, which to my knowledge had been lost to the sands of time for this ThinkPad. I'll put a link to the forum that I found the drivers on. It was a pretty quick Google search, actually, just searching IBM ThinkPad 755C drivers. The first Google search result was finding the audio driver for this laptop, which I was able to find with ease thanks to the ThinkPad wiki. So hopefully it will install without a hitch, famous last words, but we'll see. We are now getting ready to run Windows 95 for the first time, even though it really isn't the first time. But don't tell anybody about that one. And then you know what's after this? Windows protection error! No, I'm kidding. That's if you try to run Windows 95 on modern hardware, you'll get a Windows protection error. Yeah, no, if you try to run, really as far as Windows 95 CPU limit, I would say nothing more than a Pentium 2. So like by the time you hit Pentium 3, you're kind of pushing it. Because by then, and definitely not Pentium 4, I have never, unless I use Fix 95 CPUs, the Fix 95 CPU patch, I have never successfully run Windows 95 natively on a Pentium 4 without the help of the Fix 95 CPU patch. So, yeah. But, and obviously every time I've run Windows 95 in a virtual machine on as early as, you know, like Core Duo, Core 2 Duo machines, yeah, I had to have the Fix 95 CPU patch installed in the VM because Windows 95 would throw Windows protection error after Windows protection error just trying to boot it. Anyways, booting into the second phase of setup here. Okay, we're now on effing up hardware and hosing settings. No, I'm kidding. We're not installing Windows 98. We're installing Windows 95 tonight. So remember, it's 1996. Windows 98 doesn't exist for 2 more years. Anyways, I'm kidding. Anyways. Anyways. So, alright, so let's go ahead and get, good old Windows 95 up and running here. And hopefully Windows 95 has our display drivers, I hope. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, because like I said, I did find an FTP server that does have the majority of the drivers for a lot of older ThinkPads from this generation, actually. So, or from this era, I should say. So, let's see what we get here. Come on, Windows protection error, you know it. I'm kidding, that would have already happened. The blinking hourglass of death. How lovely. Oh, there we go. Okay, setting up the control panel. Yes, because obviously we need that, right? Actually, no, we do. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know, installing... I know 486 was the recommended processor for Windows 95, believe it or not. And a lot of my friends who were around back during the release of Windows 95 tell me I was born too late. And yeah, and it seeks the floppy here for some reason. I don't know why, but or the floppy drive. But anyways, yeah. For some, I guess the thing is, like, I always thought that yes, I was born too late. My fiance does not agree with me, but I believe I was born too late because I really freaking wish I had been around to witness the launch of Windows 95, because I watched the whole thing with Jay Leno and whatnot, and let me tell you, kids, it was pretty damn cool. Anyways, we are in the Eastern time zone. It probably thinks it's 1994 again. No, it thinks it is October 2001. The time's right, too. Time's right. You know what? We're going to leave it at October 2001. Why the hell not? That'd be around the time of Windows XP. All right. Go ahead and cancel out of the printer setup there. And I guess we'll reboot. Oh, or not. Well, we don't have... Doesn't look like we have a video driver. We're probably using Microsoft Basic display driver, right? Actually, well, let's see. We definitely don't... Well, we definitely need to get sound working, which we can do in just a moment. What do we got for display? Western Digital. Can we go any higher than 16 colors? Probably not. Let's find out. Yeah, no... Well, no, we can go high color. This display only supports... Alright, well, I mean, we do have a video driver, so Windows did at least get the video driver. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see if we can't get sound working. So we're going to put in the floppy containing the sound driver. In you go. And we're going to go to Run. Go to trustycommand.com. And my golly, that is way too small. I cannot see a damn thing. I'm going to resize the heck out of that. Go to our A drive here. Okay. Because I like the command line, if you couldn't tell. Okay, so we want to run AF TPS 140.exe from the floppy. Aw yeah. Self-extracting diskette image. What? Come on, man. Really? It's got to do the... Oh, you piece of garbage. It's probably going to tell me there isn't enough space on this disk. Yes, I agree. Why? Insert a blank high-density disk into drive B. And there is no drive B on this. There is... Oh, drive A. Okay. Yeah, there is a drive A, but I was gonna say, yeah, this disk is not blank. So yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay. I was gonna say it's probably gonna run out of space though. That's the only problem with this, because this disk is not blank. Yeah, it can't read the disk. That's wonderful. Yeah, no name. Unable to read the disk. It's probably out of space if I had to guess. Oh. Or the floppy drive just doesn't eject properly? What the heck? Did the floppy drive just fail on me? What the heck? Or did it just... yeah. Alright, well, we're going to abort. Because the floppy is not ejecting. There we go. Okay, we're going to abort that. That was a complete failure. Let's get out of this. Let's just exit is the command, yep. Alright, let's get out of that, because that did not work at all. Let's go back into command.com. Alright, let's go back to the A drive. Glad we're full screen though, that's good. Let's see how much space we got on that disk. Probably not enough. Oh, good lord. I put a bunch of midis on there. Oh, golly. Maybe this wasn't the right file. Hold on a second. Did I run the wrong program? I think I did. Hold on a second. What was that A? It was A. What was it again? Oh, my piss. I think I ran the wrong executable. Ah, jeez. Did I? Hold on a second. Which one did I run? No, I did. I did run the right executable, so what the heck? Well, there's no way this is complete because it didn't write the floppy correctly, so... Okay. Well, you know what? It's okay, because you know what we can do? Just use another floppy. Alright. Be right back. Apparently the eject mechanism isn't freaking working. Okay, so apparently I don't know how IBM's auto extraction floppy making EXEs work. I knew you had to run it from the command line, but what I didn't know was that it would format the diskette, and then, yeah, it would format the diskette, and then it would write a bunch of files to it. But that is quite alright, because here's what we're going to do. We are going to go into the C drive. We're going to make directory drivers IBM, and then we're going to cd drivers IBM. And now I have recreated the EXE. It's called IBM Audio. So I'm going to take the disk out. We're going to insert it back into the A drive. Oops. We're going to kick the ottoman by accident. We're going to go back to the A drive. We're going to dir whack p. I need to get in front of the camera here. I hope I'm not too close. I just need to go over here because I know. Okay, and we're going to copy aft ps 140.exe to c:\drivers IBM. Boom. Alright, hopefully I wasn't in the way of the camera when I did that. I probably was, though. Because it looks like if we want this to work correctly, we have to format the A drive. We have to format the floppy. We got to copy this to the A drive, or the C drive rather. Format the floppy disk. And then run the executable. So, okay, one file copied. Yay. Alright. So we're going to get out of this. We gotta run our format commands. We wanna go CD, Windows. I believe the format command is in here somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. I actually don't remember where the format command is. It's been so damn long since I used Windows 95, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Alright, well, gotta find our format command, kids. Please wait while I try to connect you. Alright, now it's not in the Windows folder. C Windows, I think it's System? Maybe it might be System. That's what format is. Let's see. Format.com, where are you? I need you. I need you in my life. Format. I can't live without you. Format. And I just want to feel you deep inside me. Format. Okay. Where the heck is it? This. I sound like Duraga 1, but this is basically like my Duraga 1 take of the video. Ugh. Okay, well, I'm not seeing format.com. What the frick? No format command? Really? Okay. What's in the Windows directory? Option system. No, it was. Oh, it's command. I'm an idiot. It's command. Oh, there's no. You can't do Control Z, really. Okay. I think it's the command folder. Actually, is that right? Haha! There it is. Okay. Format A : insert new disk. We already done that. Formatting. Yes, we are formatting a floppy with the command line. No Windows necessary. Just hope my camera battery survives this whole saga. I think we should at least try to get the audio working tonight. I honestly don't care about the rest. I'm just going to try to get the audio working tonight. And hopefully it will freaking work. But let's see what happens here. It was asking me to insert a blank disk into the B drive, and I'm like, this doesn't even have a B drive. It's like, this only has one floppy drive. How do you expect there to be a B drive? I'm kidding. That was the worst joke ever. But hey, kids, this is how you formatted floppies back in the day with DOS. I mean, you could do it with the GUI in Windows, but personally, I like my command line, so I'm going to do it the DOS way. Okay, I'm just going to cut here. Alright, format complete. Hooray. We'll give it a volume label of IBM. Boom. We will not format another. Let's go back to our C drive, CD, drivers, IBM, and whatever that file was that I have to run, that executable. Alright, AFTPS140.exe, go. Continue. Okay, IBM provides this blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the license agreement. I don't fucking care. I shouldn't have sworn, but I don't care. Okay, insert a blank diskette into drive A. Let's go. And let's work this time, please. Okay. Alright. I'm watching. Okay, it got past 6%. That still doesn't mean it can't fail, but. Actually, no. Now, you know what? I'll shoot myself in the foot if I say that, so. I just shot myself in the foot. I remember Proton John saying that during the Mario Party 2 Let's Play. Yeah, I didn't realize that you actually had to copy that they intended for you to run this off the C. Well, I mean, I think what IBM intended was for you to run the exe on a Windows 95. It's one of those, executable self-extracting executables that creates a driver floppy for you, so you have a floppy for each driver, basically. That's how, for kids who don't know, instead of simply downloading drivers off the internet back then, because the internet was very primitive back then, and you didn't really have, you had CD-ROMs, but most drivers were installed from floppy disks. So the way you had to do it was you had to use a utility like this to create yourself a floppy that contained the drivers that you needed to install, and then you simply ran the exe and installed the driver from there. But you had to wait for it to create the fricking floppy. But it was intended to be run off the C drive, and you had to have a blank diskette. So that's basically what I've simulated here. But, you know, obviously being limited on 3.5-inch high density diskettes is sort of a bit of a roadblock here, but you know what? Well, yeah, I mean, because I knew when I ran it off the floppy and it was like, insert a diskette into drive B, I'm like, this is going to screw up big time, and sure enough it did. But anyways, there we go, 100%, extraction complete. Press yes to do another copy. Can I hit no? Can I hit N for no? There we go, okay. There we go, yeah, I don't want to copy again. Okie dokie, kids. Let's go to the A drive and see what we got. dir whack p. What do we have in store? Oh, yay, we got everything. Hooray! Setup.exe. Alright, here we go. Setup.exe, here we go. Oh, because of the new features in this program, it may not run correctly. Thank you, Windows. Okay. Thank you, Windows, for the information, but I think we'll be okay. Actually, I shouldn't say that because it's probably going to screw up, isn't it? Okay, ThinkPad audio feature. And yes, I am running this from the command line, if you couldn't tell. I mean, I could copy this to the C drive if I really wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could copy this to the hard drive. But you know what? We're doing this the 1996 way. But if it doesn't, in all seriousness, if this doesn't work, then I will definitely go from the C drive, or copy the files to the C drive, and we'll just do that. All right, C IBM audio. Looks good to me. Here we go. Copying files. Let's see what happens here. Oh boy, we have an audio folder. Woohoo! Audio control. README. I still don't see audio though. Oh, it installed media player for us. Couldn't open the config.sys. Okay, well we're going to ignore that. Setup was successful for Microsoft Windows 3.1. Okay, yeah, and I do remember reading on ThinkPad Wiki that it did say that you had to modify config.sys for this to work. So, but at least we got the, well, we still don't have the icon, but we probably have to reboot for that to work. Yeah, hold on, let me find that config.sys modification. So, hold on a second. Yeah, I've always heard that you have to modify config.sys. Hold on a second. There is something where you have to do that. No sound. Hold on a second. I'm on the ThinkPad Wiki now. Windows you have to install the audio driver twice, then go fix the errors due to redundant lines. You used to have to install the audio driver twice. What? Go fix the errors due to redundant line in system.ini. Okay, well. Nice, okay. Well, I mean, we can. I mean, said I had to install the driver twice, though. Now we got the audio. I put a shortcut to sound recorder. That's funny. Yeah, you know what? Let's I mean, I could run it again if I wanted to. Because it said you had to install the audio driver twice in Windows 95. But I still don't see any sound. Well, let's restart the computer and see what happens. I'm going to eject the floppy, give the computer a reboot, and let's see what happens. If I can at least get the sound working, that would be ideal tonight. That would satisfy me tonight. according to this, though, it says you have to install the driver twice, which I don't get, but... Like, why would you need to install the driver twice? This guy, I'm literally reading the forum post here, but let's see. Oh. Apparently we can't use these display settings either. Well, I don't want to use 256 colors, I want 16 color. Okay, yeah, well, we still don't have sound. So let's try to reinstall the driver. Just inserted the floppy. Okay. Win setup here. Let's try win setup. See if this works. Because someone said you had to run the program twice for it to work. Apparently we're going to need the video driver too, because the video driver we're using cannot be used evidently, so... Okay. Okay, we're going to overwrite that. So it overwrites that. Yep, we know that. Yeah, it's still doing that. We're going to say ignore. Now, granted, that is a Windows 3.1 program, so we probably have to modify config sys. So let's go restart in MS-DOS mode, and you got to remove the redundant lines in config sys. So here we go. So let's find out where, I think config sys is under the C Windows directory, right? Let's see. Options, calc, pbrush, config.txt. Don't see a config sys on here. I see our command line. Well, let's see. We need the video driver too, apparently, so, Well, you know what else we can do? I have an idea. Because I did find another file on this disk that we could potentially use. So you know what? Let's do that. .58 kilobytes. Let's see. Cannot copy. Cannot read from source media or disk. What? Okay, I guess I have to erase the disk then. Well, let me shuffle around off camera a little bit. Here we go. So after quite a bit of shuffling around, finally got the audio working, and I got the video driver working off camera. Turns out this laptop uses a 16-bit Crystal driver, or Crystal chip, and requires the use of a Windows 3.1 16-bit driver, which is why you don't see the audio icon in the notification area there, because we're using a 16-bit driver. Additionally, the video driver had to be installed in DOS mode to get 256 color working, but I have finally gotten the system working. I also got my backpack CD-ROM driver installed, had to make a Windows installation diskette for that, but I finally have got the IBM ThinkPad 755C ready to rock and roll. So, let's start with a Canyon test, as Billy Core would do, and then we'll do Passport, because you know why? I said so. Here we go. Media, and we're going to open up Canyon. So that wavetable. Does not sound like Canyon because of that wavetable. I don't know about you, but that's like the, this is like the most messed up version of Canyon I've ever heard. Okay. Well, we're going to need to work on that one. Okay, let's head over to the control panel and see what we got, what we're dealing with here. Because obviously, that sure didn't sound like Canyon to me. Okay, so we're using IBM ThinkPad waveform output for audio and input, of course. And we're using the IBM ThinkPad MIDI synthesizer. Oh, joy. Preferred quality, radio quality. Oh, that's for the microphone, but still. My golly. Alright, well, Canyon doesn't sound too good on this laptop, now does it? Now we could try Passport and see if that sounds like... Oh, do we not have Passport? M-N-O-P... Oh, no, there it is. Say, where is Passport? There it is. Let's try Passport. Oh my gosh. We can't even use the Microsoft wavetable for MIDI. I mean, at least Passport kind of sounds like Passport, but kind of. Don't we encounter the most bizarre laptops on this channel? Oh yeah, that wavetable though. That MIDI wavetable. It's flubbing notes. Because it's trying to play, it's only on single instruments, so it's not... God. This, now it doesn't sound like Passport at all. Well, if that wasn't the most intriguing rendition of Passport that you have heard in a while... Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's try a video. I copied the fun stuff folder over, so let's pull up good old Weezer and see what we get. I'm not expecting a good result here.
Happy Days is filmed before Milwaukee Fried Chicken stand. You wanted to...
I can't play too much of that because of copyright, but my goodness. Video is absolutely unplayable on this laptop. Even with the proper drivers installed. Holy crap. Do I even want to try to load hover on here? You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna try to run hover and see what we get here. I am not expecting a good result here. It's probably gonna frickin' blow up in my face, but let's try it. If the game even starts. To start a game, click Start Game from the menu or press F2. Okie dokie. Let's start a game of hover. Loading level. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to know how bad this is gonna be. I mean, even with the proper drivers, I don't even want to know, bro. How horrible this is going to be. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I mean, the sound works. And I've never even played hover in my entire life. This is my first time playing hover. I'm not even kidding. I've never played hover before. And this is my first experience with it. Oh, this is dreadfully unplayable. This is just dreadful. I mean, it's kind of playable, but no, you know what? No, what am I saying? I'm an idiot for saying that. This is completely unplayable. Like, this is lagging so badly, like, no, you can't play this. You can't play hover on this laptop. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, that's enough of this. Yes. I am sure I want to quit the game. Oh my god, I'm surprised it didn't crash on me. Holy crash. Crap. Anyways. Well, one thing I can say about the IBM ThinkPad 755C is it certainly is not a Windows gaming laptop, nor can it play MIDIs. But stay tuned for more happy days. No, I'm kidding. Stay tuned because we are going to test some DOS games on here too. I would like to test out Doom and Wolfenstein 3D and you know, maybe Commander Keen, Jazz Jackrabbit, some other classic DOS games on here. But holy crap, guys, we couldn't even play hover. I mean, that's just pathetic. That we couldn't even play, I mean, well, you can play hover, but my god, I mean, it's completely unplayable on this laptop. It's absolutely unplayable. So, okay, but there you have it. A night full of festivities and entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the IBM ThinkPad 755C. A laptop that's great for productivity, but for games, forget it. Forget it. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. They help out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys not too far in the distant future. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, but wait. We're not done yet. We gotta shut the system down and see that awesome screen of everyone loves to see. Is it really safe to turn off my computer? Is it really? Ah, screw it. It's fine.